Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the Real Deal Talk studio. Epic 59 fight coming up November 22nd. Get on this. I'm telling you right now, get the pay-per-view, come watch it live. And today we have a special guest back in the house. This is his second time back on, or is it third time? Third time. Oh, yeah. Moises, the Menace, Oslin. Welcome back, brother.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Come on, let's go, dude. Love having you on here, man. This is the third time we've been chopping it up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's talk. Fight coming up, 22nd. This is how many epic fights have you had?
This is going to be my third time.
This will be your third epic fight total. Okay.
Yeah, total.
And so far, you're doing pretty damn good, right?
Yeah. I would like to say, yeah.
Okay.
I've learned a lot just from the fights that I've had at Epic. I think that's been, those two fights that I've had at Epic have definitely showed me the most out of any of my fights.
No kidding.
That I've been able to improve on, yeah.
I love it. Who did you fight in your last one?
So the last person I fought, I can't even remember his name, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, it was someone that came off of like, I think it was like a 1 week notice or something like that.
Yeah.
The fight didn't end up going my way. I did get submitted.
Right.
But I did learn a lot from that, just from being like too antsy. As in my first fight at Epic was against Nick Welch, and good friend of mine now. And we went to go, obviously my fight ended with a knockout.
Yep.
And so with that momentum that I had, I was going into my next fight and I was training a lot. Like after that knockout, I was training a lot, as in like more heavier with my hands, like believing in myself, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I was getting good results in sparring and all that. But when it ended up coming around time for my fight, I was supposed to fight someone from Intensity MMA. His name is like, I forget his name. I think his first name is like Anthony or Antonio or something like that. But he ended up couldn't fighting for his own reasons, and he pulled out of that fight. And so then they replaced me with this guy. I didn't even think I was going to fight him. I had another fight lined up like 2 weeks away at the Dan Henderson's, and I was just going to end up fighting there. And I ended up hearing that I got my last-minute replacement, and obviously I love Epic. That's my home now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where I want to do most of my amateur fights and hopefully end up obtaining a belt under Epic. And so when I had heard that I got a replacement, I was ready. I was like, okay, cool. We're going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to have a fight now. I'm going to end up getting to fight on the show. And it was someone from a jiu-jitsu gym. He was pretty good with his jiu-jitsu. I just rushed in, I think, a little too heavy-handed and was just, I don't know, just expecting something else. I ended up going in for a takedown. You can never, it's funny. Like when you're fighting, I love fighting, but when you're fighting, it's like, it's hard to like think precisely, you know what I mean, of what exactly you're going to do. So I think that's why I always train at my gym, like a lot of the combos that we train repetitively. So then that way it's muscle memory. Right. And when I go out there, it could be more just, you know what I mean? Yep. Right off the bat, I don't have to like think too hard on stuff and end up getting stuck in the mud and getting clipped or something like that. So yeah, I just think, I just went in with the wrong, I don't know, just game plan of execution. It didn't end up working out. I ended up thinking, because he does jiu-jitsu, I was like, I'm going to take him down. And I took him down in the first few seconds of the fight. I ended up getting like even a better position. And when we got back up, I was like, I don't know. I was like lackadaisical, like just trying to think too much on what I'm going to do rather than just working off of my muscle memory.
Right,
So,
rather than just reacting,
exactly.
Automatically.
Exactly, yeah.
Totally get it, dude, totally. So you've learned a lot. Most importantly, man, everything's about learning.
Oh, definitely.
Everything.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can't step back in there and like get a better result if you're not learning anything, you know?
Totally. So on that note, how's training been going lately? How many days a week you train at this point? How many hours a day?
Well, I train every single day. And so I would say not going to give up too much of the plan, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what I do definitely is every day I wake up at 6. Sometimes it's like 6:30. But the first thing I do before anything, I go to the restroom. And then I put on my clothes and I put on my shoes and I go straight out there and I do my sprints, 20 sprints, hill sprints. So I go to this, I drive in my car like 5 minutes down the road and there's some killer, like just giant steep ass hill. Even my car, I have an old car, even my car has trouble going up that damn hill. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I do my sprints on those. I do 20 every day. As soon as I wake up, go home, I drink my coffee and then I make it to class, morning class. And then we do morning class. And after that, I would say it ends up around like 11 after just putting in the time, whatever, at the gym, and then everyone does their own thing, and we all leave after class. But sometimes I'll stay and lift weights, or I'll go home and lift weights, and then I'll have my lunch, and then spend time with my daughter, and then try to make it in for night class. if I'm not too busy with my daughter and stuff like that. And then I do my extra run before I go to bed. But then that's just the everyday. When I don't have my daughter and she's with her mom, then it's like, you know what I mean? I'm definitely on grind time. Then it's like morning, throughout the whole day, I'm just training. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then, you know, yeah.
So at least 3-4 hours a day.
Oh, more than that, yeah.
More than that.
Yeah, I'm training. Basically, I think more of my day as like just training all day, and then I'm putting my stuff in my schedule in between my sessions of training. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So then that way it's not really like, oh, I have to get in this many hours. No, I'm training all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just going to put my daily stuff in between my training sessions.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
So how much would you say that last fight at Epic, the coming off the loss and the learning experience, how much did that stoke your fire and motivate you even more to come back stronger?
Oh, man. Freaking, it motivated me enough that I would say like probably a little less than a month after my fight, I signed up for a jiu-jitsu competition because I had got submitted. So I was like, okay, I need to work on my jiu-jitsu. So I signed up for a jiu-jitsu competition. I started going to like endless open mats at different 10th planets, 10th Planet Beaumont, 10th Planet, or what's the other one? Redlands.
Yep.
And just different ones. I've been going with my friend Keanu. He likes to go to all the open rolls. And so I've just been grinding jiu-jitsu, getting better. I went to my jiu-jitsu tournament. I went gold inside the white belts bracket. And then I just recently got bronze in my first blue belt tournament.
Nice.
But yeah, so I'm learning. I'm getting good at scrambles in with guys, and definitely I've been spamming my jiu-jitsu. So then that way when I go back in there, not necessarily I'm going to be like, oh, I'm a grappler. I'm going to go in there and take them down. I mean, obviously, the last time someone thought I was going to grapple, I ended up getting a knockout. You know what I mean? So it's like, with that being said, it's not necessarily, you know what I mean? I'm not a grappler. I'm trying to become well-rounded.
Right.
Because the more higher up I get into fighting, I'm going to go against someone that's not necessarily just a striker or a grappler. It's going to be someone that can phenomenally do all three. And I need to beat them and be better at that. So I'm trying to think on a different level than just one-minded, you know what I mean? Like I want to be an all-around, you know what I mean, good at everything, you know?
Well, that's the only way you go pro.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the only way you get it to the big time.
Yeah.
You got to be well-rounded in everything and be ready to go no matter who you're against, no matter what they're best at. The first epic that you fought was the knockout. Wasn't that one of the biggest knockouts of the night?
I would like to say, I got knockout of the night. I have
you
a
did.
big trophy at home.
Yeah, that's what I thought because you had it. Didn't you bring it on the show? I can't remember.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's when I got it. Harvey gave it to me right when I did my second interview, so it was pretty good timing.
Oh man, that was beautiful. I love it. Okay, so who did we talk? I can't remember. Did we ask who you're fighting this time? Who you fighting? You know?
I forget his name. Oh, Juan Martinez.
Juan Martinez. Yeah. Okay.
Nice. I've sparred one of his teammates before at 10th Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good guy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna talk down on him. I know the guy that I sparred is at a higher level than me. Like he's been fighting more than I have. I don't know if he's pro or what he's done, but I know he's at a higher level than me. But yeah, it seems like they teach pretty good stuff over there. I mean, they teach good stuff anywhere. Yeah. So it's like at this point, it's just who can gather their tools and use them better. Yep. So
love it.
Yeah, you know.
Would you say coming into this fight, this particular fight, coming off what happened the last one, would you say you're more ready for this fight than you've ever been ready for a fight?
Definitely. I would say I think any fight that I move forward towards, I'm always gonna be it's always gonna be, it's like I know it sounds funny, but it's like an onion. Like they have so many layers, you know what I mean? No matter what, every fight, there's always gonna be a new layer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be the same person, win or loss. I'm not gonna be the same person whether I knocked out someone and then I go into the fight. It's not necessarily like, oh, now I'm gonna have some guy that's gonna come try to knock me out. You know what I mean? My new perspective of thinking is going to be to just be well-rounded like what we're talking about. So, yeah, every fight I would say that I'm going to come better and stronger, you know what I mean, and improve in areas that I wasn't improved in my last fight, you know. Love it.
Do you have any predictions for the fight?
I mean, no, not really. Honestly, which is weird. My other fights I've definitely thought like, oh, I'm going to knock him out. Definitely when I won by knockout, I felt it. You know what I mean? I was thinking my whole camp, but I had a different training situation. I had a lot more training partners. So I definitely had a lot more people instilling my beliefs before then, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, you're going to go out there and get that knockout. Now, I know that I'm going to win. I know that the amount of work that I'm putting in isn't going to be like, or shouldn't be denied. You know what I mean? I should definitely be able to prevail. and you know what I mean, get
Yep.
the result that I want. So I don't know how I'm gonna win, whether it's submission, knockout, TKO, whatever. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna be in good fashion, and I'm hoping that I can just go out there and get the result that I want. And I believe that I'm gonna be able to do that from the amount of work that I've been putting in.
I love it, man. Okay, speaking of putting in the work, your squad. Let's shout out the teammates of your trainers. Anybody you want to give a shout out to that's been helping you, training, everybody.
Yeah, I've been going to quite a few different gyms and just trying to get my knowledge. But I would just say the people that have stuck by me and have helped me the most through this fight camp is definitely Keanu. That's my only training partner right now that's an amateur. And then I have one more training partner his name's Donovan. He's actually fighting today. So good lucks to him. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a very exciting fighter to watch. He's a pro fighter. So I'm hoping that everything goes well for him. And then I have my coach, Julio, right now. That's my coach at the time, for overtime, which he does a lot at the gym and for the fighters. So I definitely want to thank him as well.
I love it. Who's going to be at the fight to watch it? Your family?
Hopefully, I think they're probably going to stick back because, as I said, I do live far. So they usually watch it on pay-per-view, and they do like a little party at the house for my family members.
Nice.
So hopefully, plus I like that anyways. When I get a win, and then I get the video right after of all my family like reacting from the TV, you know what I mean? It's a good feeling. So, yeah. And obviously, I want to thank my mom. You know what I mean? She does a lot for me. She comes through with a lot of the stuff I need. I live with her right now. So, you know what I mean? That's just saying enough as it is alone. You know what I mean? And then my dad also, he's definitely looking out for me in ways that when I'm trying to learn to become a man, you know what I mean? He's showing me a lot of tools that I need to have becoming a man in society. You know what I mean? So I want to thank him, and
Nice. And so is mom going to, and mom or dad going to be at the fight?
Oh, dad, hopefully we're going to get him at the fight. He likes to be there, even though, you know what I mean? He gets all whatever, but he likes to be there. And but my mom, nah, she's not gonna be at the fight. She doesn't like being. She's only came to one of my fights, and nothing even happened bad that fight. Like it was a good fight, and she just couldn't take it. She would rather just sit back home and watch.
I don't blame her, man. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so lastly, we're gonna finish this. Let's talk about how much you are motivated by your daughter. How much she mean to you?
Yeah, she means everything to me. I mean, as we talked about before, she's definitely the root to everything that goes on in my life. You know what I mean? So I love her to no extent to words can say, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm just happy to have her by my side. She's definitely nowadays, I'm a single father. So obviously nowadays it's a little different. She's more like, I'm focused on MMA and she's my best friend. You know what I mean? I get to do the stuff outside of MMA. I get to go do with her. You know what I mean? Halloween was fun. I dressed up as Frankenstein, and she was Frankenstein's bride, and everyone was getting a kick out of it.
No way.
Yeah, it was good.
How old is she now?
She's gonna turn 2 in January.
Oh,
so yeah, this Halloween was like her first Halloween, a kind of understanding the concept and getting to actually walk up, and her first time saying like trick or treat herself. So yeah, it was great, man.
Oh my gosh,
wonderful time to be a dad right now.
Priceless, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
That age is literally the best because they can walk, they can hug.
Yep.
Oh, amazing, dude. I love it. All right, brother. It's always a pleasure, always an honor. Cannot wait to see you fight on this card.
Excited.
I can only imagine what's going to go down because
Yes,
you're just becoming a better fighter, more mature fighter, more well-rounded fighter. I think you're just an incredible guy. I love your story. I love the way you love your daughter and everything you fight for. So, bro, it's been a pleasure, been an honor. Moises the Menace, Oslin, ladies and gentlemen, come out. Epic 59, November 22nd. November 22nd. Watch the pay-per-view if you have to, but you got to come watch it live. And anybody family that's with Moises, come say hello to me. I'd love to check you out, say what's up. So that's it. That's a wrap. Real Deal Talk, Epic 59 fighter interviews, round 2, Moises the Menace. Let's go.